Hello, I'm Daniel. This is my movie. Uh, uh, this is a talking movie. This is pretty much a podcast episode. But it counts. To the people I know watching this, this is all it is. So please don't think this is why I'm going to college, because this isn't. I want to do something that doesn't look like it was done in 3 hours eventually. So that's why it's like this. To the people I don't know watching, hi. Why? Is my question. Why are you watching this? Because you don't know me. Well, thank you. Where to start? Something about me. I used to drum. I still drum sometimes. But I used to a lot. When I was born, I was holding a pair of drumsticks in my hands. Fun fact, very true. Holding a pair of drumsticks. And I hit things rhythmically ever since. So if you were at school and there were kids hitting tables or their desks, drumming, that was me. So sorry about that one. So in 4th or 5th grade, I got my first real snare drum, and I was actually thinking about it recently. It must be pretty annoying for everyone around when you give a child a drum. They gave us these rubber pad things to put on top of it, but it's a drum. It's still a drum. So sorry everybody watching that knows me, because you had to deal with that. But if it wasn't a real drum, I would be hitting other stuff. We've covered that I was the annoying kid that always did this on the desks. So those sounds that you're hearing are, I don't even know what they are. Something housey, something like ventilation. Your guess is as good as mine, but you're hearing it because, or maybe you're not hearing it. Wait, it's this. I hear it. You're hearing that because I'm in my basement. And the reason I'm in my basement is because I'm doing this during the Oscars, which for me is late. So I gotta be quiet because I live with my parents, and so it's night and they're sleeping, and here I am rambling to at least 100 people. 100 people is a lot of people. It's a lot. I don't know. It's just weird to think about 100 people. The last one I did, the last Oscar challenge video I put out, ended up getting 1,000, and so 500 of that were my parents. So I'll just take away 500. The 500 people that saw that, it's just weird to picture, because on YouTube you look at views, and 500 views is basically no views, but 500 views means 500 people. And it's different when you think about it like that. Like it's YouTube should have a little window that shows an auditorium filled with people, and it's like however many people are watching that video. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. I talk about this because while this is a very drum-centered thing I'm making, it's really about performing. Yeah, performing. I used to drum for a lot of people. I used to drum in my high school band. I was in the marching band. I was in the drum line. I played everything actually but the snare. I played, it's called the tenors, where there's a lot around you and you wear them. They're very heavy. I played the cymbals, where you just hold them like a wind-up monkey. I played the bass drum, where it's like strapped to your chest. I played in front of a lot of people. I played with a lot of people. And I never got nervous. I never got nervous playing. I got like excited. I got like hyped up, but I don't know. I know it was because I was doing it with a lot of people. So people weren't like looking at me. Really, I was there with like almost as many people as there would be in the crowd. Frankly, it's like a giant band. I went to a bigger high school, so I never felt it. I never felt the pressure. I never felt the spotlight. And well, I bring it all up because I feel it now. Right now, you watching, you listening, I feel it. I tried to actually it's probably not working, but I tried to do a thing that Joel Haver does, and fold a like poster or cardboard around a light to do like a spotlight effect. But I don't know if it's really working. But I hope it looks kind of cool. So yeah, I feel it right now. I feel anxiety. It's a word everyone says now. Anxiety. I feel nervous. And I don't know why, because it's not real. Like I'm just alone right now. Like it's not as tangible. If you kind of suck and you're drumming in front of a lot of people, they can like go up there and smack you. They can leave. They can boo. They can belittle you and throw stuff, tomatoes, So you should be really, honestly, that's when you should be scared. You should be scared when you're in real life performing, but this is different. Okay, this thing is my very first real drum. It's a Ludwig. It's covered in dust too, noticeably. I got this in 4th grade, and 5th grade, and yeah. So I'll show it to you. Actually, I haven't opened this in a while, so I don't know what's in here. Probably a drum. Yeah. Ooh. So these are the old sticks. Pretty cool. Oh wow! Look at that. Bunch of dead spiders on it. That's cool. Also, just so happens that the zipper doesn't work, so There we go. We'll just have to imagine it, but it's in there. So it's a scary thing being in front of a lot of people, giving a performance, being on stage, giving a speech in front of a class. That's pretty scary. Yeah, I gave my first solo performance, or not solo, me and someone else, in elementary school in the talent show. I was in front of a lot of people, and it was just me and this other guy. I watched the Blue Man Group on YouTube in class instead of doing anything productive. And the Blue Man Group does this thing. They're just blue guys that hit drums. They do this thing where they got pipe, PVC pipe, and they it's called the trombone. I just remember that. And they basically like just hit this pipe, and then two of them like moved the pipe, and the pipe made different noises, and it was cool to me as a kid. And I was like, ooh, that's so cool, I should do that. And so there's these things, these like little pipes, I forget what they're called, but like you hit them and they make a sound. And yeah, so that was the talent show. I basically had my friend, I don't even think he was my friend, I don't know, maybe we were friends, I don't really remember. This kid Riley, he held two of them, and I had drumsticks, and I had a mohawk at the time, and I had like sunglasses, but not like cool sunglasses. I had the reflective ones that like boomer fishermen wear, and I just kind of hit him. He was holding two. I was hitting him, and I was like, ooh, in my head I was like, ooh, I'll be like a Blue Man Group guy, but it wasn't. I don't know. I remember we didn't even prepare. So the first time we ever did this was in front of the entire school. And I remember that was the first time I ever was legitimately nervous. Like really nervous. Going up and walking out, I couldn't even look like to the right of me at like the audience. I was just like walked over to him, and I had the drumsticks. And I just hit the pipes with my drumsticks really fast. Like, I was just like, I don't know, doing something. I was like making some kind of like beat. And, it's so cringe that I did that. I'm thinking about that. But it was this whole thing, and I remember shaking. Like, I was shaking, so nervous. My hands were like sweating. I was just, it's the first time I ever felt that. I was like the certain kind of like numbness, like the bottom of my feet got numb. Does anyone, that happens to me, my feet get numb. And I felt like these butterflies in my stomach, the whole thing. Yeah, man. And it actually worked out. People clapped, and then afterwards I don't know who it was, but I remember walking and overhearing someone talking about it afterwards. We had to do this twice. We had to do this 2 times. So after the first time, I was like, why did we do that? And then there was a second time in the evening for the parents, which was more people. And I remember after that, overhearing somebody talking about it. And it was this older kid. He was an older dude. And he was probably in like 6th grade, but to me he seemed like a high schooler or something. And I remember him talking to somebody, being like, yeah, man, that crazy kid with the mohawk can really jump fast. I will never forget that. He said he can really jump fast. And I was like, it was like a little moment for me. I was like, ooh, I can. I don't know. And I was like, yeah. So that was like a good boost to the ego for me as a young child, with my drumming career ahead of me. So that was I liked that memory. But looking back, it's kind of it's more silly looking back, but when you're in it, it's so serious. Like, I felt like life or death when I was on that stage hitting those pipes. So that was a good memory I had with a performance. Here's a bad one. It was high school. In high school marching band, there's a thing, maybe you've seen it on the internet, called what's it called? Jig 2. It's called Jig 2. Here's what Jig 2 is. So Jig 2 is actually how I got my part as a tenor. Tenor is the one with all the drums in front. That's actually how I got it, because I saw it on the internet and I was able to do it on the drums, and the band director saw that, and then everyone saw that, and then I was able to do that. Jig 2 is one of the things that made me feel really, really anxious, because it is like inherently a solo kind of thing. It's like it goes from person to person to person, playing completely alone. The entire band is just watching you for like the 5 seconds that you're doing whatever you're doing. And so that's why Jig 2 is kind of the exception to the marching band not as nervous rule that I've created. So we're playing for the student section, which is, if you don't know who that is the loudest people in your grade. Basically all get together, and they take up a section of the bleachers on a football game in high school. So they're usually like kind of more popular, usually know people in the team. Anyway, so we're playing for them. Usually we just play like in our spot as a band, kind of just to the field, but we as a drum line went down on the track in front of the game and played in front of the student section. Jig 2 is very energetic. It's very energizing. It's why they do it. So it makes sense, but it kind of made me really nervous because I think I get more nervous in front of people that I have to see later in the halls and just around. So I was a little nervous about that. And so we're doing the thing, and it is going around, and it comes to me. It's time for my solo. And I drop my drumstick on the floor, on the ground. And when that happens, you can't, I don't know if you saw it, like, did you just watch it? You have to have 2 sticks. So, it's uncomfortable immediately. So I go down to get the stick. I know this is only probably 5 seconds total, but it felt like minutes. It felt so long. The entire drum line stops playing for you, and then if you stop playing, there's no sound, and so it's awkward immediately. Yeah, that sucked. I fumbled and I grabbed my stick, and I tried to like get back into it and like continue, but I don't know, it didn't really work. So I just had to count the rest of the drum line in to continue. I was like 1, 2. I was like, oh man, that one sucks. That one hurts. Yeah. Oh, here's one. real life. Social interaction is that's a performance. Whoa, deep. It's a deep movie. It's a deep film. Yeah, I think we perform. I think we always perform. I think that anytime, and this could just be just a nuclear self-report, but it feels performative, I think, at least to me, when you're talking to people. Not really people, like, not family. I don't think family, but like if you're talking to someone, if you go to school, if you're talking to anyone in school who isn't like a really, really good friend, it's kind of a performance. You pretend to be a certain way around certain people. When you tell stories, I'm performing. When you tell stories, you are reenacting them in your head, and then you're like trying to convey it to people. So that's a performance. Yeah, we perform. That's what we do. I guess some people more than others. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm not particularly extroverted in how I present myself. So I'm in my own head a little bit more than some people. I know there's probably most people can relate when I say I'm just in my head pretty much 80% when I'm talking to people I don't know. Especially when I'm meeting people, just nervous and yeah. Deep. Wow, I got really deep. That's like a realization. Here I was thinking I was gonna have to change the subject or something, but yeah, we all perform. We all perform for each other. I'm in my basement, and it's messy. I think most people have messy basements, so I'm not stressing about that too much. Yeah, I used to drum. I started when I was 4. I think. Well, I don't know. I was kind of always drumming on everything. I got my first drum set when I think it was 4, and it was a Batman drum set, and I liked it. There's not much to say until in elementary school. I got a snare drum because I was going to be in the band. It's called a cadet band. And I was actually I used to drum for a band, a real band, like a rock and roll band in high school with my friends. This is about that, huh? There were 3 of us. It was me, my buddy Austin, and my good friend Ruby. We never gave any performances. We never did like a show or like a concert or anything. We played for each other's parents when we were practicing at each other's houses, but never never like a live show kind of thing like we always built up. We always worked on like this one like album. That didn't happen, but it was, looking back, it was a lot of fun. So Ruby actually went on to the bass guitarist. She still plays bass guitar. She's in another band now, and they do shows. They do actual shows. It's really cool. I have a lot of respect for her for doing that. I haven't like actually talked to her in a long time, but yeah, I respect it a lot. She's kind of she's doing a cool thing. Not a lot of people like go after stuff like that. I'm a film student, actually. I forgot to say that. Yeah, I go to Penn State College for film to learn how to make movies. I haven't done anything remotely movie related yet. I'm doing this special thing where I get my general education classes out of the way. It's cheaper, and I commute. So yeah, I don't know. It sucks. It kind of sucks a lot. It feels like more high school. Yeah. And it simultaneously feels like high school and work because high school because I am only doing I'm not doing a single thing related to what I am interested in and what I'm paying for. But then work in that I drive there, I commute. I drive a little over half an hour there and back, which is, I guess some people would say is pretty good, but man, it really does not feel good being in traffic in the morning and evening. It kind of feels like I'm in a job I don't want to be in, like commuting, like 9 to 5, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's also harder to meet people. I don't live there, so I don't really spend any time around like where the dorms are. So it's just I just kind of drive there and then I go to my lectures and I drive back. So that is something else about me. Running out of time. That's why I like watching movies, because there's feelings and ideas that they can give you that I don't think words could. Not the same way. At least. For me, this one is hard because there's so much I want to say about like how I feel about putting something out there in front of people and putting yourself out there in front of people that I don't even really know how to say with my mouth. I only know how to say it with like if you couldn't tell, I'm having trouble, but yeah, I wanted this to be not talky because, frankly, I don't even understand it really that much. I don't even understand what I want to. No. Okay. All right. So I guess this is all to say. So I guess. So I guess this is all to say that I. What is this all to say? What does it? Oh man. So I guess this is all to say. So I guess this is all to say. Working? Okay. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone coming out. You were such a good crowd. Oh, can we just hear it one more time? One more time for everyone. Just a good pat on the back. Oh man, you guys are great. So unfortunately, the show is coming to a close. Sorry, I know. I wanted to close it with a little joke. How about that little joke? You guys want to hear one more? How about that? One more? Okay. So I was walking down the street the other day, and I had this thought. I realized that even though I am sorry, is this working? Is this working? Okay. All right. Okay. I realized that even though I want to be a filmmaker, I am still I'm terrified of opening myself up to people. So, oh yeah, this guy gets it. This guy got it. He got it. Yeah. Okay. Before we end, I'm also going to say, on my YouTube channel, I made 3 teasers for a movie I was working on. This was after last 3-hour Oscar movie challenge last year. Coming off of that, I had like a big boost of motivation to start making movies again. And I worked on this film for I think 6 months, and it never came out. never came out because it never came out because not because it wasn't done. I'm actually really happy with it. It never came out because I didn't want anyone to see it. I don't want you to see it. I don't want you people to see it at all. I don't want you to see it because I don't know what you would think. I think everybody just wants something quick and funny. So, and it's not that. It's personal, and it's like I think it's for me. I think it's just for me. I'm sorry.